Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coaching with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa. And I wanted to share a couple concepts with you guys. I like to get on and explain some things that either I've experienced in my many years of business or things that I'm working with people about. You know, the most common thing that people want to talk about or they want you to answer are the questions that they ask you regularly. So that's one thing I encourage you as business owners, business leaders, people in the community. When people ask you questions about the things that you know about, you need to talk about them, because if one person asks, many also want to know the answer to the same question. Here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk a little bit about consistency. When I work with clients and I'm working on helping them share content and create brand strategy, what we talk about most often is, and the hardest struggle is, doing what you need to do on the days you need to do it over and over. And that I call consistency. And the reason that I think that that is so very important is, I want you to think about this for a minute. So let's say that you follow some information, you follow a podcast, or you follow a news program, or you follow a weather channel. Well, what happens if they don't show up one day? You're really frustrated because you're confused. Why didn't they show up? Why didn't they give me the information I was looking for? But here's the other thing. Then you get annoyed and you'll probably move on because you know when to expect them and they didn't show up. So now you're losing respect for them. And so the consistency that they provide you is so important. And here's what I want to share with you as I work with clients and I try to help them build that content and the strategy that we're going to share. One of the things I am just really intent on, and I almost could say militant, is because I want them to be consistent. We're going to share things consistently to make sure that people watch you show up. You may not even see them seeing you, but the one time that someone reaches out and says, hey, I've been watching you, hey, I've been listening to you, hey, I've been reading your information, and I so appreciate it. I didn't need it before, but I need it now, and this is what I need from you. And it's because you're consistent. It's because you keep showing up with relevant information. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I'm going to tell you that I'm not always as consistent as I'd like to be. But what I do want to tell you is that I try very hard to be consistent and share information with you guys for exactly that reason. You expect me to show up. You expect me to share information. And so I'm here to do that for you. And I want you to think about how important that is. Just as simple as break it down as when someone tells you they're going to show up and they don't. What's your emotion? What do you feel? First, you're a little surprised, then you're irritated, and then you decide to move on. So the last thing we want is people that are following us to decide to move on. Instead, we want them to continue to follow us and encourage them to ask questions and continue to grow their knowledge base based on all of the important information that you have in your head that you've accumulated over all these years. So I want you, if you're not comfortable doing live video, which it took me a long time to do that, but record a video and then share it. Record several in a row when you have a lot of content and then share them throughout the week. But be consistent. Show up every week. Show up every other day, whatever your consistency is, and don't stop being consistent, because that's when people find you non-relevant and move on. And I want you to be consistent and remember how important it is to the people around you that you do that. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's a gorgeous April day, and I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you following me, and I promise to stay consistent. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you want more information on some things that we've talked about in the past or on how we could potentially work together, I do brand strategy and help you create a brand that pops so everybody recognizes it, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Kleenex and State Farm. And there's a strategy to that brand, but then I help you develop content based on all of that information you have in your head. So if you want to talk to me more about doing that, I have one slot available to take on a new client right now, and I'd love to talk to you if you're available. So reach out to me, ConnieFuchsa.com, or you can message me right here. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.